Hi, Leo. Welcome into a brief next 48-hour tarot reading for you. I hope you're doing amazing, but as we proceed with the reading, do keep in mind it is meant to pertain to around the next 2 days for you, beginning around when you were guided or drawn to this video, not just following when I post it. All right? With that said and done, keeping it quite short for the intro, we're going to pull from the Moonology deck to begin and see where the reading heads goes from there, if I could even speak, for Leo. For Leo. Okay, we have your hard work is paying off. It feels like any efforts that you've been putting forth towards a business, a project, job, hobby, I feel like even a connection for some, improving your life, improving your health, it just is an overall casting feeling of your hard work paying off. And I do feel like there's kind of a Capricorn vibe to you in the next 2 days. Take that how you wish, but I do sense that this is speaking upon you trying to be more structured, maybe craving more structure for some, very much thinking in a logical manner about how to improve your life, how to acquire what you want, what you desire, all the meanwhile, how to better things moving forward when it comes to your path. I really am getting that you are, they're saying very headstrong. There's something you've made your mind up about, but maybe how to go about getting that or making that come to be, come to fruition, that may be a little bit fuzzy for you, a bit unclear. But in the first attempt to get this reading started, I got the conclusions are within reach card from this deck. And so I wouldn't be surprised if the next 2 days highlights or reminds you of the fact that there are conclusions, all right, of how to best approach, manifest, see something come to be. And you might be reminded in the next 2 days how easily you work towards, of course, with that hard work, right? But easily in a light manner work towards and manifested one, if not multiple, changes, successes in your life, from your past, if you were to rewind back simplistically. And so this will highlight the fact that you can absolutely make whatever you want and or desire, want and or need rather, to see that come to be. Anyways, as I ramble a bit, I do feel like there's also a bit of a meditating, contemplating kind of vibe about the next 2 days at certain points. I do feel as if there's a focus on your physical well-being. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a headache or two or a stomach uncomfortable, uneasy feeling. I do feel like you're needing to better your health by watching what you consume. All right, maybe overdoing it recently or not really choosing the best options for yourself. The healthiest is what I'm getting. But let's continue and pull from the Light Seers. To continue for Leo, thinking about acquiring levels of justice in the form of financial freedom, right? Fulfillment in that sense, to see yourself acquire that perfect living situation. For some, a move of residence, it could be in regards to that perfect career success or just that career situation for you. If you're looking for something new, it might be you thinking about your life as a whole, how to improve things, and it's like you might need a new job or that pay raise or that promotion to take a step towards that new move towards a better living situation or something of the sort. Does that make sense? Or it could be just several different separate adjustments, changes, upgrades, if you will, for some that you are thinking about. And Spirit's saying you might change what you want or how that looks for you moving forward. So just keep that in mind. But I do feel like there's, again, just that bit of a headstrong way of how you're viewing something, all right? And it might feel like something that you do desire, okay, however that looks for you. It just keeps popping up in certain ways in the next 48, but all the meanwhile, something from your past that might have been similar, or for some, I really feel like it wasn't a healthy chapter, even if there were certain aspects of it or certain parts of it that were healthy. It really, or it may not have been a full chapter, it could have just been a situation, but I feel as if that's also popping up left and right, and it just almost feels like this kind of reminder before you move towards what you deserve, before you get what you want. It could even feel like a bit of a confliction in your mind, your heart, your soul, but Spirit's saying don't view it in that manner. All right. It's Spirit saying you're going to continuously pass that test by not choosing that situation again or something similar, or you're not going to mess what lies ahead up. Okay. You will conquer, you will achieve, and succeed through it. Very interesting. And empowering next 2 days, but I feel like there's also a focus on whether this is more past energy and or currently feeling a little bit lack in the motivation department. All right, not feeling 100% or at all motivated. And I do feel like that could be due to the environment, who you're working with and or living with. Could be an energetic connection for some, if not multiple. There's just something about your energy where it's like you are planning, strategic, thinking about more, wanting to kind of fast track in certain ways or in one big way. But then there's part of you where it's like, why am I not feeling 100% motivated? Okay, and I do feel like some of which already have part of, if not the full answer as to why. And this might remind you why certain changes or one in particular does need to happen. All right. Interesting. I just heard you were better off where you were, but then in certain other ways you weren't. So just try to recognize that every shift, every move for you up until this point, purposeful and moving forward as well. The Seven of Cups, because I do feel like there's a focus on you feeling inclined to, motivated in this sense, to browse for that new housing situation online, even if you know it's not happening right away. And or it could be in regards to looking for a new job or looking for a new person to date. Could be just wanting to invest in a new outlook on life is what I'm hearing. Very interesting. For some, I want to say you might be doing some retail therapy online, or you could be even just adding things to your list, right, for future purchase. I do feel like there's just a grand vision you have in certain ways, even though this grand vision does have, I want to say, a lot of question marks wrapped up into it. It's like you see what it looks like, but then you don't see certain aspects of it. Naturally. I mean, it would be unrealistic to expect to see everything perfectly at this time, and it would kind of take away from the important mystery of it all the meanwhile. But I feel like there's for some, I'll focus on your creepy side. This came up in the daily read. There's always a reason why I push to do a specific reading after the daily. So you may want to give that a watch if you haven't already. But I do feel like there's thoughts about you riding the waves and how at times that's paid off for you and at times it hasn't, right? Or a combination of both, or it kind of fluctuates. But I do feel as if you are effectively riding the waves at this time and moving forward, but then you kind of lose, it kind of also causes you to have that lack of motivation to an extent, or it just leaves you feeling less fulfilled. But Spirit's saying, remember how much you are in the driver's seat, how in control you are, and this may just remotivate you or allow you to feel fulfilled as you do ride the waves moving forward. I really don't know where that came from, but it came out for a reason. But yeah, I'm getting the kind of pondering emoji, right? As we look at this imagery. And so it's the next 2 days where you can't help but just ponder, think about it. It's like your mind is going to be left and right, up and down, and all about is what I'm hearing. Also coming out, the Six of Cups, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Ten of Swords. You may be pushed to think back to the beginning or past chapters or one in particular when it comes to a work situation or something even watering, growing. When it comes to your business for some. It could be in regards to you putting something to rest so that you could powerfully move towards and embrace something of importance for your career. This could be in regards to a connection for some where you're being pushed to think back to the beginning stages or past aspects of past versions is what I'm hearing of this connection. But I do feel like for the majority, this is work related. But I do feel like there is a bit of a to yourself kind of loner vibe in the next 48, even if you're connected to people, even if you're socializing, surrounded by people. But I do feel as if they're saying you stand alone, all right? But this is helping you achieve what you need to. And Spirit is saying there's a change you're going to make moving forward if you were drawn to this reading. Regardless of how that looks for you, you're going to meet new friends with more commonality with you, right? New things in common, maybe that you once have never, that you've never discovered within other friends. Potentially, this is where you're going to meet your new relationship, your new loved one. I do feel as if this is also a time where you're being reminded that the ups and downs of your mood, your motivation, once again, will start to plateau at a high level in a positive sense, in a grounded manner moving forward due to certain changes you're making on a habitual level, your routine levels, routines, if you will. Bear with me when it comes to your life in general. But it feels like it's the next 2 days that highlights in your mind, your heart, your soul, your awareness that you want more. Once again, this came up in a past reading for you, and you deserve more. And Spirit saying, when the time is right, we'll inform you to buckle up because things will start to progress and move and come to fruition much quicker than they are at this time. But for the time being, embrace what you do have at hand. Enjoy it because you might just miss it more than you think you will moving forward when the time comes to shift on forward. But it just also reminds you of all the purposeful twists and turns of your life up until this point, and to just keep your head in the game, all right? To keep improving. And it's just the next 2 days where you're going to realize a lot, remember a lot, and this will help you in regards to moving forward productively, all right? So I hope this was truly helpful. Sending you so much love and light. Go enjoy the next 48, and I'll definitely see you next time.